think of anything. I can't think about things. It doesn't work. I should be over this by now. Why isn't my brain working? This whole day sucks. Everything about this day is horrible. Everything with this day is terrible. I can't think straight. I can't think of anything. You can't do anything. You can't make a world you want it to be. You're the only one who can make it that way. You can't even think about it the way you want it to be. How are you supposed to make it? I can't do anything but just be angry. Because nothing does anything. Everything. Everything bothers me. I'm tired of it. I should have taken an Advil PM as soon as I got home, gone to bed at 4, and stayed asleep until 6 a.m. And just gone to work, had a good day, and then gone home and gone to bed and done it again. The only way I can think of having a successful anything while living in this day-to-day 9 to 5 chaotic evil grind. Chaotic evil because it's chaotic enough that people couldn't pin it down to one source unless they really looked at other things besides what they're all going through in the moment.
You have my ears.
So this explains, okay, and I'll show you better pictures in a second here. I'll show you how it looks pretty clear that Mike knew what it is. Because we couldn't explain why so a lot of people thought it was a mic on his ear, it wasn't. That was his necklace from down here that blew off. And it went up. So some people thought it was
It's you, the hero of Kavach. This is truly...
Okay? And some thought it was a wired mic, but it was a wireless mic. So first thing people were thinking was it was a wired mic, and the mic got hit by a bullet, and that's what caused the short jump. Okay, we now know he had no armor on. He had no wired mic. He had a wireless mic. So the wireless mic is here. Okay, now what we did see come up by his ear was his necklace coming off. His necklace came off and came up here. Also, his ring fell off. We don't know how that happened, but that may be related to this as well. So if this mic
It's you.
was pointing
The
like
hero
this, this mic was pointing like this, and if it had an explosive in it, it went like.
Do you want to learn about alteration? Speak with Dovin Aram.
He's getting up in years. But
So let me show you some better pictures. So here we have the audio. So this guy's showing this audio here. These are all the triangulated audio, showing that there was someone over this direction that shot towards him. But I don't think they actually shot him. I think it might have been like, so it might have been an explosive. So let me show you this. You can see in these pictures how his shirt just kind of puffed up like that. And you can see him tense up immediately when it happened. And
you're off duty now. It's about
you
time.
see him as soon as he fell, you couldn't see anything else. So all you saw was a hole over here.
Afternoon.
You didn't see anything in his shirt. So
Have you seen the selection at Stonewall Shields?
I can't believe it, man. Now that I'm looking at that,
Hail,
I
good
can't
citizen.
believe it.
How can I be of service?
That was someone I really knew.
Right? That's what I'm wondering. Now, there's actually a lot more to this. We actually figured out another thing that's crazy too. So here's this guy. Okay, this was what you have to think. Russian vids. And I actually got a million things on now. I'm gonna do another video showing some other crazy stuff. Because we're not even gonna get into everything here. But we have
When
here
was the
Russian
last time we
vids.
woke up between the hours of 2:30 and 4 a.m.?
He's from his old name from the old days is Russian vids.
That's 3 a.m. If I'm not here from
This is
first
the
driving
main
across.
guy you need to pay attention to right here.
It happens once
You
a
see
life,
this
something, but
guy
it
in the
happens
gray
over and
shirt
over again.
with the
It's tough watching.
sunglasses. He's the one that took the camera down. He
You
destroyed
know what
it
I
in the
know now.
crime
Have a
scene.
nice day.
This year, he stood on it
You
to
know
get
what
that
I know.
camera.
Have a nice day.
There's another guy who
There's something in you that doesn't need to be there, and that's the only reason you think that way. It's not your thoughts. Have a nice day.
and then he grabbed something else and handed it to another guy. Could it have something to do with
What is
crime?
it, citizen?
I don't know. That's the question. So this guy took this camera down, right? Let me show you. And now I'm going to show you what else he did.
Well met.
Safety team's here. I just couldn't say that because you know Charlie Gardner's been shot. Charlie Gardner head. So you saw that. He actually
Look at the muscles on you.
he took the chair from the eyes and he took down the camera. Here's the exact same guy again. And here's Russian Vince talking about this. It shows you what this guy did, which is insane, right after this all happened. Check this out. Where, with this whole entire event, is this guy here. Sunglasses guy, I'll call him. With the gray shirt, black pants, and black shoes. This cursor forward, and that's what this. Okay, so now let me show you what he does. So look here. He's putting the mic on him. Let's take a look here.
All visitors to the Imperial Palace are asked to keep their voices down, especially.
Putting the mic on him. He's making sure it's the right angle too, so it's facing like this. It's actually facing like this. Okay. You put the mic on him. Also, this guy did. As soon as it happened, here, let me show you this. And I think I know the guy who was standing in front of him with his arm on the thing, and he was like this. He might have been the one who pushed the thing to make it go up. I don't know. That's just a guess. But here's again the guy in the gray shirt, black pants, black shoes, and sunglasses. Close up. Watch this. Here you see him, sunglasses man, and Mr. Mouse wearing his showing.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
The
Grey Fox.
Body slams Charlie Kirk to the ground.
Tell me more.
I understand some will say, oh, that's for a safety note.
Let's see if we can't teach you a thing or two.
All part of it. And look at, again, sunglasses man.
Goodbye.
As he makes his way without hesitation. Zero hesitation. He's rewinding his story here. That's why it looks like he's going back and forth. He's not actually going back and forth. He's just rewinding. Head straight in the back, and why is that? Why is he going in the back without any hesitation whatsoever? Let me show you the footage of what he does. Check this out.
Chandler. Chandler.
That's right here. Pair of sunglasses, man. Again, the
Oh,
pink skirt, the black
hello.
pants, and the black shoes. This film was taken
Chandler, stop playing, Chandler.
He's the one who took the camera down and showed you what happened in the back. He's the one who
Stop playing and come here.
just ran to the back of the film. He's not the only one who ran to the back of the film. But why would someone do that? Why would they do all of this? Does any of that make any sense? This is supposed to be one of his team members. Goes to the back of the film. Makes no sense. You also had. So he filmed this happening. Let's see. And German area. So here it is again. You can see he's filming right there. He's holding it up. Filming as it's happening. Now the question is, we can't see what he looks like here. I don't know what his shirt looks like. It'd be very interesting to see if he had any, something here. Like it's not white right here. You see what I mean? Like maybe something happened, right? Maybe that's what.
Charlie Kirk, the incident occurred, actively denounced the conservatives, the act of political violence. The FBI. Gang violence.
You're off duty now.
My feet are killing me.
You're off duty now.
Another day, another septum.
Gang violence. Gang violence.
Jesus, oh my God. Jesus, oh my God. Please, God.
Hey.
And play games. We're not gonna play games that we're doing on Discord React. So we have a Discord where everyone can put videos and stuff to react to, and it's
This is all I do when I drink. Sit here. The thing is, it passes time. More than just sitting here being miserable. This is all I do when I get off work. I just come home and do this. And honestly, it's because I don't have anyone that wants to know the truth. Everyone I talk to, everyone I know, everyone I talk to, everyone in my life, everyone I speak with, everyone I have a connection with other than just like my baby. And maybe some of her friends. Every other connection I have either shallow or doesn't actually want to know the truth. The only part of Christianity we want is if it's in their own puddle and nothing else, which is not Christianity because it's the world and not just you. You're a part of it, not the whole. And I sit here every day suffering because no one cares. And I do nothing to help anyone. I talk about things with people about things they don't care
Greetings,
about
Imperial.
all day long. And they don't ask questions. They don't care about what I'm willing to tell them. They don't care about anything. Even Shava, that one time, he didn't even... Like, that was one of the few times people cared. Other than that, I don't get that. I get randomness. And not even good random. I get random people that are just, like, not even from here. I get people that jumped out of another world and ask me about things that don't exist here and then poof out of existence. It's every demo I have to think, where have you gone to where this has been a thing that you can expect? It's not normal. So why are you expecting me to suffer more and forego everything I meant to do to make sure that I'm okay in the world? To answer questions for someone that really made a bad choice coming here. No one goes to a physical therapy place for fun. So why are you sitting there saying okay to everything, not taking anything in, and then saying no when you see the price? You should have known the answer was no when I told you it was something to realign your joints. You should have known immediately, oh, this is the wrong place I'm being. This is healthcare. This isn't just like shoes. I should probably go to a different store, maybe a shoe store specifically, because this is obviously something for healthcare. But you didn't. You sat there, made me spend my time. So I had to spend extra time doing things that I could have been doing while I was talking to you, but you weren't here for the right reason, didn't get anything, and spent 30 minutes going through a demonstration about stuff you didn't care about just because you didn't want to do your research and figure out, what about this place that somebody went out of their way and spent time to actually establish? I wonder why it's there. This isn't new. This is the same world you are in. If you've been doing this since then, you've been living wrong. Get over it. Live right. Change your life. Apologize, repent, and move on. all you had to do was say, okay, but what does this mean? That's all you had to do. But you didn't. So you chose to die knowing nothing. Which is just bad as dying knowing everything, because you knew for a fact there was more that would have made your life better and made you more worthy in the eyes of God, but you chose not to do that. You knew what that would entail. And you chose not to. That tells me you did not want to mean more to God. So I'm going to kill you. I'm going to end you. I'm going to throw an arrow into your chest and be done with it. Because if you have children, they're going to be like you, and the next generation is going to hurt, and they're going to be doing the same thing again. The definition of insanity.
Yes?
Bye, baby.
Hey.
Okay. Never mind, I'm here, baby. I mean, I always am. You want to know something funny? My mom called, ever since, like, our childhood, everything about my life has involved the bathroom in one way or another. Because every time we've been in the bathroom, the cat comes in. And not just that, but with my mom, too. And so, like, we had a cat named Peepers, we called him Pee-Pee. We had a cat named Shadow, we called her Poo-Poo. They were the bowel cats. And they would constantly come into the bathroom while we were taking a dump. Yeah, he's sitting still not doing anything normal now. I should go get loving. So all my life it's been toilet singing. I mean, yeah, that kind of explains it.
What are I do? What was I going to tell you? I can't remember now. I don't know, but get out of my way. I'm going to obliterate your boat.
Cool. Do you remember what I was telling you about before?
Yeah. About the science?
It proved it, baby.
Good. Hopefully everybody else will start believing it.
Here's the thing is that, like, I don't know where the writing came from, but it seems like that whole idea about global consciousness where, like, people tap into it and they happen to get something God was thinking about at that moment or another or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, there's, like, these writings that talk about, like, it's either a red dragon or a white dragon. It's over top of the era. And it's like when Christ died, it was a white dragon. When he died, it became a red dragon again. And it's like there was a 1,000-year period during the Middle Ages where it was a white dragon again. And so the 1,000-year period where I was saying the Reformation would have happened, the Black Plague happened, everyone died, all the priests were like disjointed, and no one knew where to go to get salvation, was exactly what I thought it was. It was a demonic plan that he had likely been plotting since that statement was made where you couldn't affect the world for 1,000 years. He had been probably planning that with the table for that whole 1,000 years. For 1,000 years having a psychopathic Rain Man, basically, with like 1 million like abacuses around him, planning shit. And then finally he's let out, and you have basically Albert Einstein with a chip on his shoulder, and he repeats the book of Job on almost an entire countrywide scale. Except the difference is, you didn't tell me beforehand I couldn't kill him, so guess what? This time they all go and die. Not realizing he had already planned for that, and just watching it happen.
Oh, yeah.
And so the Reformation happens directly because of that. Causing the falling away that was talked about in the Bible, where people would just start to fall away. That's the Reformation. And then it all comes full circle, because now people are starting to realize that the traditions of men only go so far, and if they're not rooted in the traditions of God, they're going to die. And they've realized just now that their whole theology has gone stagnant, it has not gone anywhere. And they're realizing, oh my gosh, we've been wrong for thousands of years, and God's only worked with us to the point where we understand that. And now that we do understand that, He's expecting us to get off of our IEP and actually do the right thing.
Right.
That's really all it was. Like Protestantism, where God says, okay, is an IEP. You're disabled to the point where you know your trauma won't let you see the truth, and you're just waiting for the point that you come over that and get over it. And at that point, that's when people start noticing that the Protestant churches stop helping them. They start falling back down into sin and all, and falling away from it. And they really go, this ain't real. No, it's because he realized you found everything you needed there, and you need to go back home, and you didn't say okay. So you just fell back in with the devil.
Right. Your life without works is dead.
Exactly. It's like your works don't save you, but if you don't express physically in a way, in the language of the birds, that you believe it, then what point is it?
I mean, granted, works do not solely get you into heaven, but
If it's the thing is that it's a faith that is shown through love. Faith means nothing if it doesn't help anybody.
yeah, no, I've been dead for like the last week or so. I'll tell you that much. I feel like I've been dead because I need to say my rosary more often.
Me too.
I need to get back to every day, with that rosary flow.
I do too. I can't wait till we can live together and just have a plan. And just have a routine.
Hi!
That'd be great when we live together, for sure. We need to have better morning routines.
We do. We need to have some kind of morning routine when we get up in this. Like, we have to do like the chaplet when we get up or something. Chaplet of Divine Mercy, I feel it'll be easy because it's really, really short. It's like 10 minutes.
I feel like unless that's an emergency, you're not allowed to get out of bed unless you said your rosary for the day.
Kind of. Although I gotta kind of side with Gabby at that point, just because it's like, never was it known that anyone that fled to Our Lady's protection was unaided, but also never was it known that anyone who prayed the rosary in bed didn't fall asleep.
I don't know when you wake up.
Because, like, I mean, if you want to feel comfortable, you ask the Holy Spirit, and when you pray the rosary, who's going to be around you? And you're just like, oh, I want to go to bed.
Well, no, you don't lay down in bed. You sit on the edge of the bed, say your rosary, and then you can stand up and finish what you need to do. That's immediately what you first do before you do anything else.
True that, baby. I love you.
Don't look at your phone. Don't look at anything else. You can put music on, sure, but don't bug with any of the earthly things that are going on.
And that actually means a lot coming from you, baby.
You wasn't bullshit early in the morning, getting your anxiety up in the air instead of just putting on music and dealing with your morning.
Yeah, that actually does mean a lot coming from you, baby, because you remember a while ago you told me you need to look at your phone when you wake up in the morning?
Do I need to look at my phone?
That's what you said a couple months ago.
But I need to look at my phone.
And now you're saying the opposite. Do you not see that?
The only thing I look at my phone for in the morning is the alarm.
Exactly. Do you see how far things have changed compared to when you started talking to him versus when you started actually applying things? And now it just feels like it's your natural thing?
No, I know. I'm saying it because I know I struggle with it, but I know exactly what you do in the morning. You get right onto YouTube or Facebook or TikTok, and you're immediately stressed out for the day because you find something that happened in the world. And the world doesn't matter.
That's true.
This is why I want you to take half the shit that's on your phone off. Because it's not good for you. I know there's things you need important things of, but there's a lot of shit you do not need every single day to be notified for.
Well, most of the things I'm notified for are stupid videos from like YouTubers I like that I would get lost in like the ether if I didn't have like a bulletin board basically.
But does it really matter?
If it's funny, it does. If it doesn't, I'll just delete it.
No, it doesn't. Point blank, it doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be on your feed. It doesn't need to be there. What needs to be there is information for work, information for family, and information about God. That's literally all that needs to be on your phone.
You know, the video I found you is because of a push update, right?
And what?
That video I sent you is because of a push notification. I hope you know that.
I mean, that's fine and dandy, but babe, you need to understand that I don't look up shit. Like, I don't have any notifications on for anybody, and I still find what I need to at any point in time. I mean, you're gonna be looking at your YouTube feed every single time you open up YouTube. Your videos will pop up to ones that just were put on.
Yeah, but most of them are going to just get lost in the ether.
Especially if you hit your subscription button.
That subscription button is some bullshit because they just have everybody there, not in any like order that you would enjoy.
You can make it to any order you would enjoy.
Because I'm going to have to like filter through a million different videos of Vanoss and all this stuff and that stuff and that stuff and that stuff. Ooh, something nice. That stuff, that stuff, that stuff, that stuff, that stuff. Ooh, something nice. That stuff, that stuff, that stuff.
If they are bad stuff.
What?
Then do you truly need to continue following them if they are bad stuff?
Yeah, good question.
That's what I think you need to look at more is who are you following and do you still need to follow them if you don't watch them anymore?
That's something we need to look into when you come down. Because that's going to be a minute.
I have a small handful and that's it.
Yeah, I need to call my subscriptions.
You need to go through your subscriptions. Just on YouTube alone, I know you do not watch every single person you have followed on YouTube. You do not watch all of their videos. You do not watch nearly half of or any of their videos for a lot of the people that you probably follow on a consistent daily basis.
Not consistently.
So, because you don't need to know every single time a creator makes a short.
At this point, I feel like my YouTube subscription list is almost like substituting having a friends list.
So you go through each subscription and you can put not unsubscribe, but no notifications for. That's what all of mine are, no notifications. I go look through my subscriptions, and if there's a video I want to see, then I watch it or hit watch later. Especially because I only have but so many people I actually watch consistently. mean, there are even still people up there I don't watch consistently, but I do watch them every once in a while. But people who I'm like, I'm never watching anymore, like, or for instance, my views of them have changed, so I no longer wish to support them in any form or fashion. So you unfollow them. Right?
Yeah.
You want me to go through it? I'll go through it with you.
Maybe
I'm
later.
no
I'm not
relief.
okay
Another
enough to
day,
think that deeply.
another septum.
You're not okay.
I mean, maybe tomorrow or something. Not right
Okay, I
now.
can do it right here from the computer, or you could do it from your laptop.
I know I can do it from my phone, baby, but like for real, I don't feel like thinking that deeply right now.
But yet you do, though.
Not about that. That takes effort. Like thinking about things I actually care about takes no effort at all. Thinking about things I don't care about takes so much effort. I might as well be at work.
So then why are they taking up information in your phone?
Good question.
Exactly.
Because the duality of man, and I don't know how to be a good son of God. Congratulations. You want your answer? There it is.
That's not the answer I'm looking for.
Well, that's the answer you got.
Well, even though it's true, because I know I am too.
In fact, as I was thinking about this today, he pulled another one.
Oh.
He sent me a video through my my suggesteds on my homepage, and it was just a video of it was just a picture on the thumbnail of an eye in classical artwork crying, and the subtitle in quotation marks, as if it was saying, "You're saying this." It says, "I'm a defective Christian."
I am a defective Christian.
And like I saw that, and I saw the picture, I saw the timing, how long it was, and I'm like, I already know you're telling me the truth. I know that this is how they all felt, but it doesn't change the fact that going through it's different.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people say about how Christians are, Christians do, Christians is. I'm like, yeah, sure, you have the underlying staples that every Christian obviously needs to follow, but there are certain things that Jesus is the only one who would understand what's going on. So you can't put a full blanket that covers everyone else on you too. Everybody needs their own individual blanket. It doesn't work otherwise.
And baby, as you're saying this, I'm thinking about a video that came up just as you called me.
Uh-huh.
I saw the actual video of Charlie Kirk.
Why did you watch it?
I don't know, some morbid curiosity, or I wanted to see if it was really that big of a deal. Not big of a deal, but if it was really as what they thought, and it was more graphic than I even expected, baby, because God had to be working through it in such a way because his body didn't fall over. He got shot in the neck and it just sprayed. And he just sat there. He was just gone. And it just went down his shirt, and I'm like, you made sure that he was sitting up straight so people could see this for a reason. You know, I see the point now. I really do see the point where it's like he might not have been perfect, but it was enough that it was going to shock people out of apathy.
Or show true colors of those who are corrupted.
If the devil's the most intelligent creature in the universe, other than God, then he's going to make you believe that he's doing the right thing if you don't look deep enough. I don't know why anyone ever didn't think that. But look at this. As soon as they got what they wanted, they actually got it. They got what they wanted. And what happened? They're on TikTok parading about a man with children dying in front of those children, in front of a crowd as well. So they're parading around happy about PTSD. They're happy about post-traumatic stress. They're happy about families being ripped apart. They're happy about children being traumatized. They're happy about a wife being a widow. They're happy about all of that. That's literally demonic. And they're not hiding it. That's everything God stands against, and you're happy that it happened.
I mean, the number one thing, I think, for a lot of Christians is, thou shalt not kill. So, you celebrating his death is just you killing him again.
It really is. Because, like, you basically are killing him again in your mind via reputation. It's the same thing as, like, when they say that they're dragging your name through the mud. Yeah. It's the same thing. You're killing him again. And it was just because he was talking about his beliefs. Anybody there had full authority to just leave, go do something they actually enjoyed. They could have just gone to the arcade, gone to the movies, gone home, gone jacked off or something, gone fuck their girlfriend or whatever. They didn't. They stood around, kept listening and taking it in, and somebody was so psychotic that they actually said yes to the spirit in the crowd and killed him. They could have gone home. They didn't. Why didn't they go home if they were offended? If I don't want to be somewhere, I go home. The end.
Yes, they couldn't accept the fact that he was talking truth.
It's because it's just like
any form of fashion. I mean, I may not have liked every single situation he talked about. I didn't like how he approached some of his situations or topics. But I didn't. Basically, I wouldn't ever want the man dead because of it.
And then, I found out a lot of things that he was talking about that, like, people have talked about as, like, bad things have been taken out of context to the point where, like, a lot of them were hypotheticals. Like, a lot of things were hypothetical conversations where it's just like, if this happens, this...
They're folded.
Like,
They're folded. Sorry, go ahead.
It's okay, baby. Are you okay whenever you're done with Granny?
No, I'm fine. Go ahead.
Like, for instance, like certain times when he was putting up points of view about, like, birth control and things like that, the stuff your mom's worried about, the second after that, in that same interview, he was like, no, I don't actually believe that, but I'm just saying if it keeps going this way, people are going to take advantage of it and make this happen.
Yeah, I mean, people are like...
If he believed that, would he have 2 kids and a wife? That are also, like, public figures? Obviously, he was hyperbolic, and they used that as an excuse to crucify him, essentially. I'm sorry, baby, but everything he's talking about was kind of, sort of, in the vein of what Jesus was doing. Going to places where people were talking about the truth, and just, it. You're lying about it if you deny it.
But the thing is, what I don't get is that, granted, yes, you don't have to agree with everything he says. You don't have to.
You really don't.
And that's what people don't understand. It's like, everybody doesn't have to agree with everybody.
You don't agree with your parents about everything. You're still living in the same house with them.
As nice as that would be, like, obviously it's not feasible. Like, we're all have our own way of viewing things. We all have our own way of feeling things, and we all have our own ways, but it doesn't mean that we can put our feelings onto somebody else and then demand them to respect them. Like, he never said, you must listen to me or else.
Yeah, it's not like he's the wedding singer saying, I have a microphone and you have to listen.
These were open, free conversations. They weren't paid conversations.
And they were on a college campus where, like, either you could come and go at your leisure. It's not like you were forced to be there. It was a public event.
Actually, open mic night at like a karaoke. Like, what? Like, if so, there's people do music, for instance.
What's the difference between that? What's the difference between that and having a trans club?
I don't like country very much, but are you going to condemn me for liking country? No.
Exactly.
It's my music preference.
And like, what's
Jesus is my spiritual preference. Do I wish you to come and experience what's with me with Jesus? Absolutely. But am I going to force you because you have free will? No. I'm not going to force you to do anything. Am I going to pray for you? Absolutely. Am I going to tell you you're going to go to hell? Absolutely not. Because, like, I don't know what's going to happen with your life. Do I wish you would come to me to Christ? Absolutely. But I'm not going to force you to do something your free will is telling you no to. And two, you may need to look into why your free will is telling you no to.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I can't force you to do anything. I have no power like that. Nobody has true power like that. Now, can they detain you? Absolutely.
But even that in and of itself isn't power given to yourself because you're not the one that decides how much milligrams of adrenaline flows. So, like, you could just as easily have died at that moment, but the fact is your brain activated just enough so that you could hold that person down. Every little thing we do is orchestrated with the Holy Spirit in one way or another because every little event from every single beat of our heart to every single movement of red blood cells in our veins are predictated like someone coding a video game because it's that important that we're able to exist. Like, he works that hard on us all the time. All the time. Just making sure the light hits my eyes the right way that I can tell what I'm looking at. He did that, not me.
Yeah.
He could have just as easily stopped and I'd go blind. Not for the sake of my eyes, like, not working, but because light would stop hitting him.
Yeah. It just makes me sad for people.
It really does. Because the fact is, too, is that means that they have these experiences because God refuses to let them suffer. Even though they don't love him, he loves them enough not to know what it's like to not have him.
Like the lady yelling on, what's that show? What is it? Oh, what? Dr. Phil. I was like, that's not how that is.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like
it's your choice to take it personally or not.
It really is. That's what it comes down to. It's your choice to take it personally or not, because everybody else is under the same kind of like jurisdiction as you are right now. So your reaction's the same as everyone else. You know, you're not special. Everyone else is under the same parameters as you. So it's not like this is just you. Everyone else on this world is expected to act as though they were made in the image of God. In the parameters that they were given. You know, if someone's got illnesses, they're still expected to act as with being the image of God, but within the parameters given. In fact, a lot of times the illnesses we're born with are meant to be weapons for us to cause other people to feel compassion and change their lives. Because if they had no reason to feel certain emotions, they wouldn't think about them. So therefore, you're kind of a weapon. My grandma used to think, oh, why would God allow these kids in St. Jude's Children's Hospital to have cancer and all? because these billionaires go there and they see this and they think, I have to do something. And the next thing you know, they drain $100,000 towards everybody that needs it. And when it comes down to it, these kids are going to be standing next to Christ and he's going to say, look at this. These many people are the people that were able to live because of your sacrifice, because of what you did. And because of that, you are a part of me.
Which reminds me how I saw a video which I've seen heard it before, which essentially just made the point of God, right, and why there is evil in the world. I'm like, because and one of the girls, and a professor was doing this, of course, and the girl, one of the students, was like, okay, then what is it called when you're in the darkness?
That's the effect of original sin. That really is. That's actually the way that like physicists explain black actually is because light is every color and black is the absence of color. The absence of color.
He takes away the darkness, but the darkness still exists. What you do?
It just has to be handled in a different way.
Yeah.
How are you?
Do I wish everything could be all beautiful?
Eventually.
When he comes home, and he is ready to fulfill what he has promised, everything will be fine. And until that, our world is captured of him. It's a good thing.
We get it only as a consolation, not as a state of being.
The reason why we don't get so much is because there is so much evil in the world. It's literally pushing away the light.
Another way of thinking about it too is that because we haven't become fully part of God again through theosis, therefore we don't get to feel what God is.
You ask for it.
Exactly.
I'm like, I know we've said it before, but it truly is a relationship. Like, if you wouldn't expect, like, for instance, you and your mom don't have that great a relationship because y'all do not communicate very well. And because of that lack of communication, barriers to your relationship are weak. They're not as strong as they could be. And that's because communication skills aren't great with either one of you. Because you get too angry and she just you get angrier, and then she doesn't listen anymore. Then you get even angrier about that, which just makes everything worse, because then she really doesn't want to talk to you if you're that angry or upset. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you're never going to have a relationship with her, but because of these issues, it's going to be a feud. And it works the same way with us living in sin. If we continue to live in sin, our communication gets cut.
Yeah.
He cuts off communication like kids do to toxic parents. Well, we're toxic children. So he's not going to continue to talk to us, and we're going to continue to be toxic.
You're the most wise woman I've ever met. That is the most.
All these other issues, I'm like, yeah, so does the Lord.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Psalms. Look at Genesis. He disinherited the nations and told his basically his like seraphim and his archangels, be regents over there. I'm not talking to these people directly anymore. They do nothing but slap me in the face. Like he disinherited all the nations, and he was just like, "I'm not giving up on you, but like, talk to the managers, dude."
Hi there.
Unfortunately, then the managers ended up, or the regions underneath them ended up actually wanting the praise for themselves, and ended up becoming the even more gods of the old world. The heck is that?
It's raining. Is someone just screaming bloody murder on her phone?
Oh, I'm just watching the news show, looking at these intestines floating around. It's kind of autistic. I don't think you're. I don't think that your pop would like this one. It doesn't look realistic enough. Nicole, this lady's acting sucks. Find a different Saw movie for me. Who's having an exorcism, baby?
You're off duty now. I'm your relief.
Good. I'm hungry.
I do not remember.
I don't think completely off the wall with one on my door.
Uh-uh.
I mean, I know for a fact there's people in my life I do not communicate with, and we do not have a great relationship.
Yeah, but y'all are all great. Yeah, but y'all are all great.
Eh?
I've been sick all day. And what? How?
I'm feeling so hard.
And what?
And being a good Christian, that's all. I feel like I fall
Well, how do you think I feel? I'm dealing with the same stuff you are, falling off and everything, and dealing with all this stuff, and at the same time, I'm also getting no deals at work. I got 24,000 basically, when Bobby, Sean, and Robert are 43 and 50,000. I do too, baby. It's really difficult right now. I'm just glad you're okay.
Greetings.
Well, I mean, even if that was true, when he came back, it'd just be the same world, just without evil in it. And then it would just be redeemed.
roses will still be there, they just won't have thorns.
I was like, man, I am so ready for it though. What does that say?
I swear, man. You know, people thinking this way. This is exactly what happens when you say that there's no head of the church and everybody can just like read it and make up their own mind. This is exactly what it leads to. What Catholic was doing it? Yeah, what Catholic did all this shit for the rapture? Yeah, but what? Yeah. And, like these people wanted it to be a fad or something like that. Like, they don't even believe it. And they didn't want it to be like a normal business transaction. It's like you just got done saying it was a relationship. How are you now saying you can check boxes?
They just wanted a different reason to purge. You don't need the rapture to purge your things. Your things don't matter. Like, why?
And then people have given up like things that they needed. Like there's one lady gave up all her money as a tip to someone at Applebee's, and I heard that like she went back the next day because the rapture didn't happen and tried to get her money back. People have sold their cars and everything, and sold their houses because they thought the rapture was coming. And it's like, what is wrong with you people?
I mean, even if the rapture did come, like, you can still your things. Like, I mean, granted, if you need the money, that's one thing. Like, if you needed it for something specific, sure. Or if you're just like, I'm ready to get rid of things, that's different. And I'm ready for the rapture. Like, no.
Uh-huh.
I feel like it wasn't as necessary to exist as it does today.
And back in the day, you like were able to get money just by doing jobs for people. Like
The smallest jobs for people. It could be a day job, but you didn't have to find a W-2. You didn't have to go through hell and high water just to get $50. Like,
if you lived in a decent community that wasn't like a bunch of assholes, that chances were you'd all be like sharing love really. Like, hey, Joseph the carpenter over there, he makes my chairs. Hey, can I get something for a good like 120 right now? Yeah, hold on right quick.
I think that's why there's a lot of people who really, like, not that they're great or anything, but, like, communists. I think that's what maybe I'm thinking the wrong word. But essentially just community living, if that makes sense. Everything is essentially, I've seen different examples, like, where, like, everybody's living, like, different buses, but the thing is, you have to work in, like, segmentation.
Yeah.
Essentially, they were trading favors for, like, things, or, but everything else was, like, essentially open to everybody. Like, there's not just, like, the kitchen and, like, the garden, and, like, it really turns into a full community, everybody doing something. That makes sense?
Yeah, it really does.
Like, there's still so many people who still do the barter system, and it works out great for them. I'm like, I would love the barter system if that's what we work for at least a good chunk. Like, not everything could be bartered, but you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure there's a good chunk that could be bartered. I think you could have both bartering and, like, a store that has stuff, but not everything you need, because you can get it from Bob down the street if you do something for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, really. Everything was so simple. You didn't have to have like a million different legislative, like bureaucratic pieces of crap, like papers written up in different columns just to be able to live a normal life.
Like, Nathan has to jump through hoops just to keep his licensing up, just so he can make a living.
Yeah, like that's ridiculous. You shouldn't have to go through all that. And I feel like that's part of the the demonic plan.
Yeah, like I still agree, like, for instance, things like doctors and, like, lawyers, they still should be, like, obviously, you still need to go to school for that shit. But I feel like if you're willing to put in the time, you shouldn't have to be suffered with debt because you're trying to save lives.
Yeah, after a certain amount of time with this, if you've been shown that you're actually doing what you're meant to be doing, debt forgiveness needs to kick in.
But, like, do it as pay as you go, not you're going to be $1,000 million in debt.
Because these companies that do the lending see it as a service to them and not a service to society, and that's the problem.
People are only thinking about their bottom dollar.
Yep.
Everybody's bottom dollar.
When in like you go over like Sweden and stuff, and like yeah, college is free. You know why? Because you're expected to give back. You're expected to be a normal member of society that gives back to the community. So therefore, the resources to do that are free.
And I think a lot more people would be so down for that. If they were given the opportunity to get the education, but don't have the funds to do so. There are a million doctors in we could have. A million nurses we could have. Just on
be complicated somehow. Because how are you expecting the people to survive? They're not robots. Yeah, like what do you expect these people to be doing while they're working at the hospital? Like pitch a tent behind the gas station and just plug into the outlet out there or something?
Hello.
It should be that way. I don't know why it isn't that way. Because like otherwise, if
Anytime, friend, I'm right here.
Stay for long periods of time. Obviously, I've seen on like millions of doctor shows. So some of it has to be a little bit deeper than that. Certain rooms that they are.
You have my ear, citizen.
You're really big on those.
You have my ear, citizen.
it's sad that they have to do that though.
It is, but if you're putting your time and effort into doctoring,
Yeah, I guess.
try to help as many people as possible. But just because you live there doesn't mean you're working. Like you still have things you still have majority of your time you become fully aware of what and learning.
Yeah, I can see how that's important.
Like routine and repetition is really what comes down to it. The repetition of things that people need. And like it's totally you see in like China or Japan, they're super fast workers. Yeah, so people know because they do the same thing over and over and over again. Repetition means speed. For a good chunk of things, especially what they do. But also, so you don't really think about what you're doing. You just know to do it. But this thing, comes in that's never been done before.
Good day. Farewell.
You know what, baby? There's a scene in Watchmen that made me that reminded me of Jesus again. So there is a scene where Dr. Manhattan it's at the end of the movie. Like, did you ever see the movie all the way through? Watchmen. So, like, at the end, Dr. Manhattan's looking for the villain dude, Ozymandias, and he walks into a room that looks like the experiment that he ended up, like, going into that made him Dr. Manhattan, and it made him evaporate again. And he thought that, like, he killed him. And then, like, 5 minutes later, you just hear a big booming voice that says, "I'm disappointed in you, Adrian." You look up, Dr. Manhattan's a giant, just drops his fist through the ceiling. He's, like, very disappointed. I'm like, this reminds me of something else that happened. Like, I was thinking about that on my way home, and just like, that's very interesting, because it kind of reminds me of him on the cross, and then the next thing you know, he goes down there and just like, yeah, I'm in control.
I left my bag there. And my waterproof headphones.
I'm sorry, baby.
And just it's gonna suck if I go tomorrow. That's all. Nothing major. Did I tell you my black swim cap broke on me? Snapped in half. Like ripped right down the middle. I'm like, well, I'm not wearing this one anymore. Oh, it's funny. Mom was there when it happened. She's like, oh. I'm like, it's cool. I have another one. I'm just gonna be a purple people leader for a little bit. Because I have a purple one that matched my goggles. And my goggles are broken. But I still fixed them enough that I could still wear them. But overall, they are broken. So, that'd be something I need to get eventually.
Yeah.
Different lives.
That's Ursula. Where the fuck is she?
Spell work.
No, what are they doing? I'm going to find her.
Stop tampering with the spell.
You're not at home, and I make you mad. Well, okay, come on, explain. You were in with Ursula. Yeah, I need to get Ursula so she can become a person. I'm tired of her being in the water. I might spend my money I got just so I can make her a person. Because her being in the water is very annoying.
Different lives. The longer you do it, the more dangerous it becomes.
Come closer. Okay. Is getting her to the edge of the water, like, talk to her, I'm like, God, no, it, nope. I mean, make her Vanessa. People change her name, too. Imagine that. Oh, gosh. Wood. Ooh, that wood. That's the wood. I know that wood. Wood. Sorry, I'm playing Green right now. I'm actually trying to finish some of the actual quests. You know? Make it through a little bit more of the storyline. Touch it. Right-handed. Oh, okay. No, I gotta make it. I know. I want some more tea, so I'm gonna be making it here soon. Okay. You're cute. What? What's your what on? Okay. Okay. Getting Granny's TV on and stuff. It's just easier if I do it. I don't know why that song is so through my head right now. Brilliant man. I like this show. It's called Brilliant Minds. I don't know if you know that show. Maybe.
What movie?
I said, do you know that show?
The name rings a bell, but I haven't really ever seen it. Why?
I didn't say it's a good show. Where I think it's an interesting doctor show. Just because I also like the actor who's the main actor. He's the one who plays Spock in Star Wars. I can't think of his name right now.
Leonard Nimoy. Nimoy.
No, that's not his actual name.
Yeah, Leonard Nimoy.
No, Zach.
Or the new one.
Quinto.
Yeah, Zachary Quinto.
Yes, that's his real name.
Yeah, that's the new guy. I thought you were talking about the old version.
No. The old Spock is unfortunately passed away by now. But he did make an appearance in the second to last Star Trek movie. I don't even know if he was in the last one. I never even watched the last one. It was the 3 that came out, you know? And I have a phone that's also a 17, but it's not called an iPhone, and it looks so much better. It even has a little dude on the back of it that you can interact with. So the back of your phone can be you can still see a message or time or on the back of your phone. So if you lay down flat,
Yeah.
you can still see something on the back of your phone.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I like that.
Yeah.
Because it helps still keep a little bit of privacy from it putting flat on the ground, on the face, at restaurants or whatever. But you can still see small notifications, for emergencies or whatever, would be useful. I think. That's just me.
Yeah.
It's a RAV4. It's Mom's car. Oh. Of course they have, say, 4.75. It's financing now after Mom buys her car. Ooh, someone has Truman Show syndrome? That's a thing?
Yeah, where they feel like the whole world's like a damn show, and I'm guessing people are just messing with them.
Usually it's oh, it is made after the movie. That's not what. Radios could read minds.
Cyrodiil's only quarter was the sparsely populated.